Good morning. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay. If anyone is watching live and can let us know that everything is working fine, that'd be awesome. So yeah, new term, which means we are visiting a new part of the world for Draw Along. And this term we're focusing on South America, starting with the capybara. Capybara? Hi Kirsty. Kirsty, I can't remember who it is, but I know you're using Kirsty's profile. But thank you for letting me know and for letting me know that I'm not talking to myself. We are going to be drawing from this reference image today, capybara in the water. And I specifically chose this because it's very significant to how they live. And we're going to be learning about how they live as we go along as well. And once again, if you didn't already know, there are some worksheets that I built for you that you could use to extend your learning if you want to after the live, maybe even during the live if you're quite a quick drawer. Hi from Eden and Susie. Hi Bean and Bud. Awesome. We've got our regulars here again. And Farron. So yeah, awesome. We'll get started in a second. I'll share a couple of facts first of all. I'm using mostly browns today, and I've got some green for the water because he's popped out of the water and you can see the reflection there. And as always, just a standard pencil to draw and paintbrushes to add water because I'm using watercolour pencils. Hi Caitlin as well. So first fact of the day with the capybara. These impressive semi-aquatic mammals are found throughout much of northern and central South America, though a small invasive population has been seen in Florida. They're closely related to guinea pigs and rock cavies and more distantly related to chinchillas and agouti. So they're not found anywhere else in the world naturally. They weren't really meant to be in Florida. So they were first spotted roaming in Florida in the 1990s, which sounds like a long time ago to you guys, but for me, that was when I was a teenager. So it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but it was. They think they probably escaped from a private owner because some people like to keep them as exotic pets, or they've escaped from a small zoo. And now capybara sightings are now quite common in Florida, although an actual breeding population is yet to be confirmed. There's evidence, however, that they have started breeding, prompting the concerns that they move from being an observed species to an invasive species. But for now, the 100 or so capybaras believed to be lived in Florida are just doing what they normally do, chilling out and minding their own business. So yes, there is a little population of them in Florida. They weren't naturally occurring there. They think somebody maybe had an escapee, a couple of capybaras, and they've just started to populate. So, hi Emily and Freya as well, and hi Tyrone. Shall we get started? Shall we start drawing? I'm working on landscape on my picture today because I think, well, to be fair, you could do it either way because it's quite a square image anyway, so it's entirely up to you. And we're not drawing the whole body of the capybara. You can if you want. I'm just focusing on the face today. I think I need to adjust my camera. It feels like we're too close and you can't see everything. That might be better. Hi from Louis and Freya as well. Hi Joe. Joe's joined us as well. Good morning, everyone. Okay, shall I start sketching? Right. I feel like, I always feel nervous the first week back, like I've completely forgotten how to draw. But we'll give it a go. So I'm going to start, as I always do, really roughly sketching out the shape, which actually is quite a blocky rectangular shape when you look at it, of his face. And then his nose is a big feature on this image because of the way the photo has been taken front on. So you've got really big, impressive nostrils there. And you can just see, and this is where it's helpful if you've got your reference picture on another device, you can just see his teeth as well, his rodent-y teeth there. So rough sketching so that if we make mistakes, because I do all the time, it's really easy to rub out, and also you haven't wasted loads of time carefully sketching out only to rub it out because the proportions aren't quite right. Hi Holly as well. I feel like we've got new people today, which is good. And as always with the draw along, if you would like some written feedback from me with little hints and tips on how you can develop your art skills between 1 and 3 p.m. today, you can upload your picture and I will write you some feedback. So you're looking for a post on our main page, which will be a picture of my drawing, and that's where you comment with a picture of your drawing if you'd like some feedback.
Mine looks like a pig.
Well,
A
that's
Minecraft pig.
not far off, really. If it's
What, a Minecraft
if they're,
pig?
well, as in they're linked to guinea pigs. Well, yeah, maybe not a Minecraft pig. So I'm going to try and sketch in as well some of these water lines that we can see. That's always a tricky thing to draw, water, but we'll give it a go. I'm not very good at it, but it's good to practice things that we're not so good at. Okay. Not perfect proportions, but I think it's okay. I think it's recognisable as a capybara. Just to say, if any of you are really struggling, there is nothing wrong with tracing the image if you prefer to, because there's still so much artwork in terms of adding texture and colour as well afterwards. So if you're really struggling and it's not an enjoyable process because you feel like it's not a good enough drawing by your standards, then you could try tracing it from your device to give yourself a bit of a head start, and then you can focus on all the other details after. Okay, you've pinched me rubber. So now that I've got the rough outline, I can get rid of those initial lines I put in, just so it doesn't confuse me. And then I'm going to go in with the colour straight away to start adding detail. So I always try and leave a highlight in the eye, because I think that adds life to it. He looks a little bit evil at the moment, doesn't he, my capybara, rather than cute. Maybe I'll fix that when I put the eyelashes in. I'm going to zoom in just to make sure. When I zoom in on my device, I can see what looks like a black pupil and then a dark iris around it, a dark brown iris. So I'm going to make sure I do that. I'm going to take my dark brown and colour around the pupil dark brown. I might even put black into that to make it darker. How you getting on, Michael, now?
Good.
Just moved on from being a Minecraft pig. Well, that's progress then, isn't it?
No, I meant as in, I'm not sure.
Me and Eden giggling that your one looks like a horse. Well, that's not what I was going for. Oh well. Maybe as I add the details, I'll rescue it and it'll be a capybara by the end of the hour. We'll see. You'll be the judge of that.
Oh, we're on purpose now, okay.
Everyone's in agreement, it does look like a horse. Oh man, I'm off my game. I did tell you I need to warm up a bit because we've had a couple of weeks off. It's like I've forgotten how to draw. So, I mentioned that they are semi-aquatic animals. They spend most of their time in dense vegetation around rivers, lakes, ponds, marshes and swamps. A bit like a crocodile, I suppose. They feed mostly in the afternoon and on and off at night. They tend to doze in the morning and they take short naps throughout the day while other members of their group stand guard. So they don't live in isolation, they live in groups. They are herbivores. They use their long, sharp teeth for grazing on grass and other water plants. An adult capybara can eat 6 to 8 pounds of grass per day. That's an awful lot of grass. During the dry season, when fresh grasses and water plants dry up, a capybara will eat reeds, grains, melons and squashes. But are you ready for a gross fact? In the morning, capybaras feast on their own feces, their poo. The poo is rich in proteins thanks to all the microbes digested the previous day, and by eating it, the capybaras are basically getting a second helping from the previous day's grasses, which are tough to digest fully the first time round. I hope no one was eating their breakfast. Hi from Pie, just started now. You love capybara. What is it you like about them? Out of interest. The fact that they eat their own poo.
I think dogs do it sometimes.
Sometimes I do, yeah. I think elephants do it as well. And again, is it because the same thing in the sense that they haven't fully digested all the nutrients from it, so they eat it again so that they can? Just ew.
Humans doing that. I need to digest the rest of my my food that I ate the other day.
Ugh. Can you imagine?
Just be a sec.
Guinea pigs sometimes eat their own poo too. Well, it must be a rodent-y type thing.
What dogs aren't rodents?
They're related to guinea pigs, and you have lots of guinea pigs. That's why you like them, Pie. Yes, we established that they're related to guinea pigs and rock cavies, and also distantly related to chinchillas.
What?
Yeah. Right, I feel like I could at least get a move on. I don't know why. I don't think I'm running behind today.
No. It's only like 11 minutes past.
Yeah. I'm not happy with that eye. Don't know what's gone wrong with that. It's too dark. Gonna take the colour off and try again.
Related.
Mm.
I feel like now that I've got a picture of a Minecraft pig in my head, I feel like I have to do one now.
Do your capybara first?
Yeah, but like I feel like I've got to do one after.
Rabbits eat their own poo sometimes as well. These lovely cute animals munching on their poo.
Just walking up to a rabbit and seeing them eat their poo.
They eat and poo in water to make it harder for predators to track them. Oh, that's an interesting fact. That is interesting.
But you didn't know that one.
I did not have that one on my list.
That's all the facts. I was just going in with the...
I'm just going for it today. I'm like, yeah, let's just get some colour on the page. See what happens. This is a completely wrong colour, but hey ho. It needs to be a darker, like a blacky brown. So again, I'm going to have to go over with the black. I'm just using the side of the pencil just to get a base colour down easily and quickly as well. Comes down into his muzzle bit as well. And I've got like a orangey, like a burnt orange colour for the middle of his mouth and snout. I think I tried and too colour on this one, but last time it wrecked the picture. No! Why don't you take a photo of it before you add colour? So then you've got that version of it. You could always print it out if you decide that you preferred it black and white afterwards. That's what I do. You know, I do it sometimes where I've worked on a picture for a long time, and then I think with my watercolour pencils, I really like it, and then I'm like, do I risk the water? Do I risk the paintbrush on it? And it's a hard choice to make sometimes because you worry that it's just not going to be as good, but it always turns out better. So I think you'll find that it will work out for you today. How's everybody else getting on so far? Is anybody else finding it's a bit of a struggle today because we've had a couple of weeks off? You, Michael? You're doing well. What I'm going to do, I think, is try and get water on this fairly quickly so that it's got time to dry so that I can then go back in and put some more hairs in. Because if you look at the nose, you can see some little bristly hairs on them. So that's my plan at the moment. So I'm going to put base colour down as quickly as I can, add the water, and then go back in with more details. It does look like a horse, I can see it now. No. In fact, I can leave the ears because the ears don't need to dry, so I'll come back to that when everything else is drying. And then I've got this sandy colour. Sorry, I've got loads of bracelets on today and they're rattling against the table, aren't they? It's probably quite annoying to listen to. Mine looks like an angry capybara. That wasn't a look I was going for, but we'll embrace it. Another fact for you, capybaras are highly sociable creatures. They tend to live in groups of 10 to 20 individuals. During the dry season, these groups may increase to 50 or 100 when the capybaras will gather together near remaining bodies of water. While the males are rigidly hierarchical and often fight among themselves for dominance, the rest of the group gets along just fine. The females are highly cooperative and will even nurse and protect each other's babies. That's pretty cool. They work as a team. Oh, Michael, you're aggressively shading there.
Doing some green water. I've got a whole entire page to fill with it, so.
You need a thicker brush when you come to adding the water then, because that'll be easier for you.
There's some different greens. I want it to just be one blob of green.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Add different shades and then it'd be more interesting to look at, won't it?
Mm.
So I'm mixing another sandy brown tone in as well, because the fur it's got lots of different shades of brown. So I'm going to try and depict that myself. Can we see Michael so far is the request?
Yeah.
Now you can see why he's aggressively shading
I put a
the
tongue
background.
as well. I need to find a
Oh
colour for
yeah.
that.
There you go.
Mhm.
I will go in and do the eyelashes later. I'll leave that towards the end, I think. Hopefully it won't look so scary, my capybara, because it's not looking cute at the minute for me. I'm very soon going to start adding water so that I've got a background, like a base to work on, and then I can build texture and fur after that when it's dried a little. So I've got to do that relatively quickly so that I've got time. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the water. I don't want to make my page too wet, one because it'd be hard to control the colour, but also because it will take too long to dry and I won't have time to do what I need to do. See, I'm sort of blending the colours as I go and mix them together so it looks a bit more natural. You out of breath, Michael?
Yeah,
Or is your hand aching now? Any tips if you do overload the page, Pip?
Restart.
Not really, other than waiting for it to dry and then working it back over again, because what you'll do as well, if you put too much water on, you literally are watering down the colour, so you'll lose the vibrancy of the colour. You can get like a blotting paper, I don't own any, but you can get a blotting paper to absorb some paint. But yeah, it's a bit like when you go and get your hair cut. You'd rather they cut too little than too much. Too little, you can add more. In terms of if you've used too little water, you can keep adding more. If you put too much on, it's a lot harder to bring it back again. So I've just done that one on the eye because I didn't dab off my paintbrush, and that's made it watery. So I've lost that darker tone. So what I would do is once it's dry, go back over it to build it up again.
I need a thick paintbrush. Do we have any?
There is one by the sink.
Okay.
Little by little. Yep, that's it. Just keep building it up rather than overload it. Watching for time, past. Well, I think I might struggle for time with what I'm trying to accomplish here, but we will see. Very windy down here. I don't know about, was that the wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
I heard something fall. Yeah, I don't know where everybody else is, if you've got the same sort of weather. It's miserable here today. Been raining all morning. And it's forecast all week, which is awesome because Michael and I have got a very exciting trip planned. Come Friday, we are going to a festival. So it's going to be lovely and muddy for us before we even get there.
That should be nice.
Yeah, it's all part of the experience.
Yeah. We've got you know, a big coat. So
We need to buy some ponchos.
Yeah. Put it over. We put that on, then put our coat on,
Yeah.
just in case, you know.
Yeah, so our British summer is not great at the moment. Yeah. Freya's also drawing her sheep for the Kent County show. Oh, I saw that on Facebook, Jill, that you are getting ready for the Kent County show. Good luck with it. I hope you get some rosettes. It is a competition, isn't it? What's the name of your sheep, Freya?
I am done.
Already?
No, that's the name.
Oh.
No, yeah, I'm done.
Wow. Beat me.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Right,
Yeah.
so the base colour is down for me. That gives me something to work on top of now, but I need to wait for that paint to dry. So what I can do in the meantime is work on the eyes, because I probably won't need to add more to that, and then I'll go back to the ears as well, and then the water, and then by the time I've done those things, hopefully the paper's dry enough for me to be able to sort out his fur.
Oh, I forgot to add whiskers.
Oh, my eyes are dodgy today. Her sheep's called Lily Rose after her and her best friend's middle name. That's cute, and it's a Welsh badger face ewe lamb. Ooh. What colours could I use to make the water reflection? I picked out the dark green because that's what I can see in the water. So I would go dark green and maybe some grey. It's tricky, isn't it? Trying to work that one out. Right, let's get the ears down. So I've got enough time to do the details. Again, I'm going to need to add some black to this because this brown is not dark enough. And I might get Michael to read out a fact or two.
No, because I've got to make my Minecraft pig.
Oh, okay. Where's my black? There. I don't know, I've lost it. I think you had it.
Oh yeah, I did. I stole it.
Standard.
Nope. Can't make the pig's head.
There's something very wrong with this eye. I don't know what I've done, but it is not feeling good at the moment. I'm definitely on an off day. There's 2 yellow teeth sitting here as well. Got to add those in. Still not quite dry enough for my liking. Where's my green? Where's that rubber, Michael? I don't think I'm going to have as much time as I'd like to do the water reflection, so I'm just going to do some just simple lines. Another fact for you. So female capybara are normally pregnant for 120 days, so that's 4 months. She typically gives birth to around 3 pups at once, but can have anywhere between 1 to 7 at a time. They are not classified as endangered, although they are threatened by, guess what? Us guys, deforestation, habitat destruction and illegal poaching, unfortunately. They do have natural threats. They do have natural predators in jaguars, caimans and anacondas, and their young can be taken by ocelots and harpy eagles. Capybaras have webbed feet like frogs and ducks do, helping them to swim fast, plus their eyes, ears and nostrils are on top of their head rather than to the sides, well, I suppose, which lets them stay mostly submerged for long periods of time. That way they're hidden from the watchful gaze of predators. So they spend a lot of time in the water, and that's another protective measure they take for themselves. They can live up to 10 years in the wild, but the average is normally about 6 or 7 years old, but they can live up to 12 years in captivity. They are the world's largest rodent. I'll share some more facts in a minute. Right, I'm going to do the ears, and then hopefully the page will be dry enough for me to then go back in with a pencil and start putting some of that fur detail, because he's looking a little bit too smooth for my liking. Wrong paintbrush, that's too small. So now I can go in with pencil lines. I'm going to start, I think, on the nose and the muzzle. I'm constantly flicking my head to the reference image to look at where the fur direction is, because it's not all going the same way, and you don't want to, if you do it too rigid and almost mathematical, it won't look so realistic. I feel like that needs a bit more tone on it. It looks a little bit too light. I need a black. little bit better to me now. It's building up layers of tone and colour, really. Tempted to put more water on that to blend the dark in. It's a risky game because I need it to dry so I can put the fur in. Maybe the other paintbrush, I keep losing stuff today. Right underneath my nose. You're in deep concentration, Michael.
Mhm.
Drawing your Minecraft pig.
No, I drew the Minecraft world.
A whole world?
No, not really.
You've done a Minecraft scene.
I'm done.
You finished it?
Mm.
What?
Try what I put.
What?
I forgot to put the F in.
Oh no! Add it in.
I put Minecraft.
Right. Dry picture. What is your favourite out of all your drawings, Pip and Michael? That's a tough question. If you've got, Michael's gonna flip through. I don't know. This year, I think I'd need to look. I'd need to look through. It's a good question. In terms of how it's turned out, don't know yet. Don't know. I'll have a think about it and have an answer to you for next time. I think they weren't terrible. Stop saying that.
It might be one that I didn't do in the draw along. I'm not sure.
Oh, a different drawing.
It was either my crocodile,
Mhm.
my shark. Yeah, I think it's either my crocodile shark.
Cool. What did you like about them? I like your crocodile. I really like the crocodile.
I think my crocodile actually. I like the shark. That comes second. Because it's badly back on like.
Right, let's get this texture down.
The favourite one that looks the best is my crocodile. Favourite one to draw. I'm not entirely sure actually. Oh, a fox.
Oh yeah, you do love a fox, don't you?
Yeah, I've drawn a fox a few weeks
Drew
ago.
a fox.
Drew
A fox.
Stop mocking me.
I'm not. I'm correcting you.
I don't like being corrected. I can say how I want to say stuff. There it is. Yeah, I made a fox.
Why did you enjoy that so much?
I don't know.
Just because it's your favourite animal?
Shade.
Oh, okay. Your favourite one that looks the best and your favourite one to draw? Well, I can tell you what it isn't. It's definitely not this one today. I'm not feeling it today. Struggle bus.
Yeah, I think my crocodile is my favourite drawing.
Just a reminder for anyone who's ready for next steps or interested, oh, good point, Joe, who's interested in expanding their art, our open day for our level 1 art and design course is tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Pip and Joe. That is a very good point. So if you're interested in art and you would like to learn about how you can get a qualification in art with us, then do come and check it out. And if you can't make the live tomorrow, it is available for you to watch back. So you can watch it back. But obviously, if you want to ask questions in real time and you're available tomorrow at 2 o'clock, come and join us. We'll even be showing you some of our learners' work. So we've got current learners already on it's a fairly new course. It started in April. If you'd like to come and see what they've got up to and what the course looks like, do have a look. So it is been written quite cleverly so that you can explore traditional drawing, like we're doing here, or even digital illustration. And there's a animation module in it as well. So it's a pretty cool course in terms of what you learn and how many different techniques that you can pick up as well. And we have the privilege of working with a lady called Katie, who was home educated herself, and she's a fabulous artist, and she filmed all the tutorials for us and created the content for us. She works now in TV and film on set, decorating the sets and stuff like that. Really fun, creative job. I have job envy. So she's sharing her expertise with us in the course. I feel like I need to draw this fur quicker. You're mocking me with the fur, Michael, aren't you? You just got a pencil and started pretending to do fur. My hand's aching. The eye still isn't right. Is it just because I haven't done the eyelashes yet? I'm going to hope so. Freya likes to try and draw a puppy, but it has an all black and white grey face. Oh, black and grey face. That makes it tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mako's all different.
She's all different colours,
and
yeah.
that's harder.
Even on one strand of fur, she's got like 3 different colours on one strand of fur.
It's like, I think Mako would be impossible to draw.
I think
as well.
she's classified as silver.
Yeah.
I think that's technically with the colour, what they call that colour.
It's black and grey and white and
Brown.
yeah, it's just it. It's black, yeah. Blue, I mean, wait, what? Can dogs be blue?
Yeah, they call often grey type, they call that blue in a lot of dog breeds.
Can they be red?
Yes, because you get red healers.
It could be like
We're going on off a tangent now, aren't we?
Rainbow?
No.
Yeah.
Well, you can if you dye them.
That's a bit cool.
It does seem a bit silly, doesn't it?
It's cool though to see them.
He's looking, I'm glad the fur is on. He was looking a bit bald to me earlier, and now he's looking a little bit more like a furry capybara.
It's like a squared capybara. I got a squared capybara. Good old square.
Black. Oh, that was a bit too harsh, that pencil line. I think it's transformed quite quickly, actually. I'm quite pleased with how it's looking now.
15 minutes.
I know, right? Loads of time. Loads of time. Don't panic me.
You need to put the water on. Oh my god.
No, I've done the water already.
Oh.
These are pencil lines, so I won't use the water again on it now.
Oh.
So that I
so
keep
you're
that
like
texture.
done
Yeah, just tried something a little bit different today.
Oh. Don't know why I
And
said
I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out.
You deserve a pat on the shoulder.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And my paper's all crinkled up.
Too much water. And you're not using watercolour paper, are you?
No, because you don't get me any.
Oh, that's my fault, is it?
Yeah, because you promised me you were going to
Did I?
some. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll sort that. I'll sort that out. Put it on my list. The ever growing to-do list.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, it's llama next week, but it will be pre-recorded. Michael and I will probably record it later today, and then put the link up for you at the usual time so you can find it easily.
We'll be 4 hours away from you guys, so.
Well, don't know where they are, do we? Right, I think I'm going to try and put these eyelashes in and hope that it saves the picture. But at the moment, I'm not loving it. That's a bit better. Amazing the difference it can make. Oh, so much better.
Oh my god, you got a rush. Ah.
See, you just stick with it.
I'm going to make you have second thoughts on it now.
Why? What are you going to criticise?
The
I think it looks better. Well, it's not perfect.
looks a bit weird.
It does look a bit weird, but it'll do. It'll do. So now, I'm going to read out a couple more facts because I've got time. So the world's largest rodent. If you thought the beaver was a big rodent, wait until you see a capybara, weighing between 75 and 150 pounds. They are twice the size of North American beavers. They are the undisputed heavyweights of the rodent world, measuring between 3.5 to 4.4 feet in length and standing at least 24 inches at the withers, like at the top of the shoulders. So they are massive for a rodent. As well as being sociable among themselves, capybaras are also happy to hang out with other species. They are often seen giving piggyback rides to all other kinds of creatures. It's not uncommon to see birds, turtles, and even monkeys sitting peacefully on the back of a capybara, with the capybara seeming happy to oblige.
Oh, I wanted the capybara piggyback on a monkey. It'd be funny to see.
Oh, Ellen Prey said, wish Elliot a happy birthday this week. Thank you. Yes, he turned 6 on Wednesday.
Oh, great.
We had a birthday barbecue for him yesterday. At least it wasn't raining yesterday. It wasn't as sunny as it could have been, but it wasn't raining.
Well, the sun kept peeping out and then going back in.
Yeah, it kept teasing us, didn't it?
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do colour at all because mine looks like a flipping 2-year-old. I'm sure that's not true. I'll be the judge of that. Upload it later. I'll give you some feedback.
Mine looks terrible.
No, it doesn't, Michael. You guys are all your worst critics of yourselves, aren't you?
How dare you?
No, that's as in you criticise your work when you shouldn't.
I take that offensively.
Okay. I'm going to do something slightly different again this week as well. I've got a white gel pen. I would recommend getting one if you haven't got one. For animals, they're particularly... I might have pinched it from... No, it came from my desk. It is mine. For adding in whiskers afterwards. So a lot of whiskers are white, aren't they? It's very difficult to do that with white pencil. So I'm using a gel pen to do it. I'll do it on the capybara so you can see the effect.
Not anymore.
Just finish off the water reflections. My picture's gone off, I can't see it. I can't see my camera, there we go. So I can see white whiskers coming from his muzzle. So I'm using a white gel pen. Oh, what's gone on? Oh, I leant on something, I nearly cancelled the live. That's not ideal.
Bye guys.
And what I'm going to do actually, because I've just seen there's some black like eye whiskers coming out, so I'll put them in first. No, probably a little bit too dark, but never mind. And then with the white, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the whiskers on his mouth. I'll show you at a close-up in a second so you can see how it actually looks, because I realise you can't see that very clearly at the moment. There are some black whiskers in there as well. I'm going to use a dark grey this time because I feel like that black was a bit too harsh. Sorry?
You're laughing so much.
So mean to me today.
Whenever you laugh too much with it, you always ruin it.
I don't know, I think it looks alright.
At the moment.
So we have got some black and some white whiskers in there. There's whiskers going everywhere when you look at the picture closely. So if you see the white whiskers there, I think he looks like a capybara. He is a bit horse-like, my one. I'm not sure what I did there, but I'd like to think you can recognise it as a capybara. The white is good as well. If you know, often in the feedback I'll say, make sure you've got some white highlights. If you wanted to revisit an artwork and you've noticed that there's a lot of dark tones and you haven't left a lot of white space, a white gel pen is a good way of cheating effectively and putting that in afterwards, like I just did. So I think, yeah, a white gel pen is now a must, I reckon, for when we're drawing animals. I think it's really useful. It's my new favourite thing.
You've had it for years.
Yeah, I've had it sitting on my desk for years, and I was like, I knew I needed to use that for something.
Use a white pencil to...
It's just a really good way of adding fur texture as well over the colour. Yours looks very good. Love the eyes. You like the eyes. See, that was... It was a problem for me, wasn't it? I think I pulled them back in the end.
In the end.
Just got to keep persisting and keep the faith.
Keep the faith in the eyes.
In your own ability.
That's a life lesson, sir. Keep
Is
faith
it?
in the eyes.
Okay, final fact.
What is it? What is it?
In the 18th century, this is a funny one, the Pope once declared the capybara to be a fish. In the 18th century, Spanish missionaries found that many indigenous communities in Venezuela, Colombia and Brazil relied heavily on capybara meat as a source of protein. The missionaries weren't entirely sure what the semi-aquatic creature was and began to debate whether it could be eaten during the meat-free fasting of Lent. They wrote to Rome describing the strange aquatic animal, which they also noted had a salty fish-like flavour. The Pope, who had never seen the creature, promptly issued a papal bull declaring that the capybara was indeed a fish and could therefore be eaten during Lent. To this day, capybara is a traditional meal eaten during Lent in Venezuela. Now, I might be wrong, but I don't think it's a fish. It's definitely a mammal. But how interesting, so just based on the description of it, they decided, yeah, that classes as a fish. We can eat it during Lent. Here we go. So that's my capybara. After all that, I finished a little bit ahead of time. I'm actually quite pleased. I think this is my new technique, using a white gel pen and also building layers and then putting the fur texture on top.
If you need to get one, go on Amazon.
Yeah, you can get these from Amazon.
Yeah.
Anywhere, you can get them anywhere. But white gel pen, I think it's a handy thing to have for our draw-alongs. So yeah, that's that. Where'd you get? Oh yeah, Susie put, where'd you get gel pen from? I probably bought it from Amazon, but you should find them in most stationery shops.
Yeah.
But I didn't want a whole set of gel pens. I just wanted the white, so I just bought that as individually. But I would recommend it. It's amazing how the little details can change an image. So even if you think yours isn't working, keep going, everyone. Absolutely, thank you, Joe. That's spot on. My eyes, I thought were rubbish, and then I put the eyelashes in, and it's completely changed it. And then the fur texture again, and the whiskers again. So don't give up on your drawing. Often it just be the last 5 minutes can completely transform what you've created. So just stick at it. So yes, we'll kind of see you next week when we draw the llama. We will be back live again the week after that. As before, feel free to share your work. And if anyone wants to find out more about our art qualification, then see us tomorrow. Me and Joe will be online with me as well, and we will be telling you all about it, telling you what sort of things you'll be learning and showing you some of our current learners' work as well, which is just nice to see anyway, isn't it? So thanks for joining us, everyone. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week and that yours isn't a complete washout like ours is looking. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.